everybody. This is Christine Gula, also known as Psychic Medium Christine, Queen of Cups, and welcome to Love, Light, and a Touch of Badass. So, what is this badass podcast about? Well, it's about being your true, authentic self. Who am I, and how did I come across wanting to do this? Well, like I said, I'm a psychic medium and I worked professionally at it at a long, long time. I worked in some tea rooms. I've done events. I had some high profile events. I teach tarot. I teach crystal ball, all the divinational tools that are used, and I have a lot of fun with it. But over the years of reading so many people, and I medium in on them and connect them with past lives, and yes, all of that. But most of the time, what we're getting is questions about relationships. About 90% of our clients are women, and a lot of times they just want to know where something is going. Maybe it's something new, maybe it's something that isn't working out. And what I realized after reading for so long was that many people just really needed to empower self. And that's when I became a certified life coach. Now, the two are very different from one another. When I working with the psychic avenue of it, I'm literally telling your fortune. I'm telling your future. I'm telling you what I see. I'm telling you things I've seen in the past, present, future. I connect in with spirit. I connect in with medium, and I get you messages. Many times, I can blow your mind with a time frame when something's going to happen, when someone's coming in, and that's when I get this ding, ding, ding. I love that. Thought I'd have a little bit of fun with it. Anyways, I decided I wanted to empower more so that people weren't getting caught up in readings, waiting to see what was going to happen with somebody else. You see, in this life, we all have free will. We can do what we want to do, even when we can psychically predict something's going to happen. If it involves another person, that person has free will. So it might change the trajectory of what we've seen. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not going to come back at a later time because maybe that path is a divinational path that needs to be followed. However, when these things are happening, people get kind of worked up about what's going to happen with this person, what's going to happen on this path. We need to get that person less on to what's going to happen and more into the present and focusing on self. When we stay in the present, not in the past, which can cause depression, not in the future, which can cause anxiety, but we're focusing in the moment. And in the moment is where we want to be. There is a couple of things that come with that, though, that can create these different types of conflicts that we end up dealing with. So one day you're dealing with someone and it's all fine. And the next day, ba-boom, what the hell happened? I've seen it more times than you know. And each time, one person is usually trying to get the path back on track. The other person might not be, for whatever reason. And there's a communication breakdown. And when that happens, all of a sudden we're running into problems. And many times they're consulting a psychic. So I wanted to be that psychic that could pull you back onto you and get you focusing on your goals and crossing the threshold. Where I get into it with the authenticity is just about some of the things that are happening in society today. So I'm pulling away from the psychic part right now and a little bit more into the coaching. And that's where we're going to be going into more of the coaching rather than the psychic, although I will be bringing up some psychic things from time to time. However, when we go into the coaching aspect of it, we are getting you into the moment. We're kicking you through your goal to actually surpass your goals and make you feel 100% whole. We're caught in this society of false positives. I'm going to start it here. We wake up one day. We're having a rough morning. Life threw you a bag of lemons. And the false positive is going to say, well, go turn that lemon into lemonade. I love the idea. But let me tell you something. You get out of bed, your cat got sick, you put your toe in it, you get over it, make your coffee, pour the coffee down your white shirt, you get in the car, you go to work, you get rear ended, you get cut off by SWAT, like what happened to me about a week ago. Getting caught up by every cop out there, and you're sitting there going, oh,
Awesome!
I love these little thing add-ins just to let you know. Um, anyways, you're going through this stuff, you're living in the moment, you're getting a little bit anxious, you're waiting for your day to be done, and things just, you know, feel like a bad day. Well, that day, you are not turning lemons into lemonade. You're taking the lemons and you're chucking them at the wall. You might be chucking them at a person if they're pissing you off. But the fact is, that's your authentic self. You're entitled to that pissed off emotion, angry emotion, upset emotion, sad emotion. It doesn't matter what it is, or even happy. Okay? Maybe it's just someone around you who makes you laugh and makes you feel better and pulls you out of it. And that is a wonderful place to be. But still, what we're here to talk about is not jumping into false positives. That's what I'm going to be talking about a little bit today and what I mean by that. So we start feeling a little low and we start looking at these. I'm just going to go with memes that somebody wrote up in the moment. And it feels good in the moment because it might be relating to what you have going on. Maybe it has some really good words of wisdom for you. But it does for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. It's like a quick little band aid to make you say, hey, I'm doing okay with this. Or someone's telling me not to contact someone. Or someone's telling me I need to know my value or I need to know my worth. Um, or that everything's going to be great and the universe is on path. Well, you know what? All those things are true. But if you can't feel them on the inside and you can't get yourself out of that other stuff affecting you, then you need to be working on self. And when we're working on self, we are getting us to the point that we can deal with whatever life throws at us for a lemon for that day. We chuck the lemon, we turn the lemon into lemonade, but we don't let the lemon get us sour and bitter. When that happens and we turn sour and bitter, we now start to go and infect everyone around us. Everyone. It doesn't matter if it's a friend, a coworker, a partner, or the person that you cut off on the highway. It affects everyone. And if you keep letting that do that to you every day of the week, you're not going to come out of it. I find that many times when we're trying to please people, we want them to be happy with us. We want them to communicate with us. We want them to feel good. It's genuine intention. I want you to keep that genuine intent there. But when you're not getting the result that you need from the person, you need to step back and say, you know what, this person has free will, like what I was saying before. This person doesn't want to communicate with me right now. Maybe this person wasn't forthcoming with me. Maybe this person just is stepping away because they're going through their own crap. You never know what is going on in someone else's mind because you don't think with the same brain as them. And when you don't think with the same brain, well, what happens then? You're sitting there assuming, contacting a psychic, try to find out what's going on with that other person. And you sit in as this person gets less and less communicating to you, you might start kind of going down the rabbit hole. And that's something you don't want to do. You need to be able to pull yourself out of it. And by doing that, I'm going to get you to your core, okay? About what is it that vibrates you? What is it that makes you happy? What is it that you can do to make yourself smile? Is it laughter? Or are you going and taking the lemon, chucking it at the wall, and yelling at someone? You just have to play with these buttons sometimes. Um, but really, what you want to do is be your best and your own cheerleader. Why am I saying that? Because some days there's nobody else there to cheer you on except for yourself. Might have to pull yourself out of that rut. You might have to make yourself feel better. What do? I listen to music. I go to concerts. I do things, right? I have a lot of fun. Make things to look forward to, plans, vacations, activities, time with friends, time alone, self care time, recharging the batteries. All of this is very important to feel like yourself. Remember what you love to do, remember what you need, not getting caught up in social media, not getting caught up with a bunch of false positive memes to make you happy, or to present that you're happy. It's kind of like this: you had that day, you got up, it was terrible. You got the coffee on the shirt, you get rear ended, right? And then you go up to your coworker and you look at them and you say, I'm having a really good day. And you're full of it. What I'm trying to say is your vibration doesn't match your words. This universe that we are in, it responds to your frequency, it responds to vibration. You cannot sit there saying in a negative way, I'm having a great day, and really mean you're having a good day. Because when you're having that good day, it's just going to come across calm. You're going to feel good about it. And people are just going to know it because you're smiling. You're having a good time. You seem relaxed, right? That's where you want to be. Many times people lose that calmness because of the other people around them. What's happening, especially my empaths out there, like myself, you are able to read and pick up other people's vibrations. You start picking up those vibrations, and now you feel like, ooh, it's kind of icky. I'm not liking how I feel. That's an anxiety I don't have. Why am I feeling like this? And it's just because you're picking up other people's stuff. And that stuff might not be about you at all. It might be that they just had a bad diagnosis. Maybe they just lost a friend or a family member, or they're going through divorce. Maybe they're just having a bad day. Maybe they're the one who got out of bed and had the coffee spill and then they, got bumped by the car. If that's the case, they're not going to come across in that same higher frequency that you might be in that moment. And you start to take it a little bit personal. And this is the problem that I'm seeing today. In this world, are allowing people to stonewall. We're allowing people to not communicate. It's not effective, and it creates an anxiety in people, and an insecurity that they can manifest within themselves because they don't understand why someone acts in the way they are. Well, whenever I see that, whether it's through a coworker or a friend, I say, it's not for you to know. You're not thinking with the same brain. You don't need to read into it so much. You continue to be yourself with that person. If their response is lousy to you, then you know what? You can do one of two things. Some people will tell you to match their energy. I don't suggest that. Others will tell you to match their effort. That I do suggest. However, when you match your energy to someone else's, let's say they're avoiding you, and you say, I'm going to go avoid them back. Now you sound like a little kid. You're not an adult. You're just saying, let me play that game back with you. And you're someone who's saying you're not playing games. Well, you just fed into it. Get out of it. Okay, how do I get out of it? I don't want to play that game. Well, be you. If you want to say something, say something. You don't want to say something, then don't. Okay? You decide how you want to be. what you want to say, what you want to do, how you want to feel. If you want to let some anger out, if you want to call someone out on their behavior, why the hell not? If you feel like if you haven't called them out and it's still happening, it's bad stuff, you need to step away from it, then call it out. Call it out and say it. Be real. What do you got to lose is what I always say. You got everything to gain and nothing to lose. What I mean by that is if life's throwing you the lemon, you can either try to turn it into lemonade, you can throw it against the wall, you got nothing to lose. Okay? The worst thing you lose is a lemon. When you lose in a lemon, you lose in bitterness, you lose in nastiness, and you lose in sour, right? Because now you got time to feel a little happier, a little sweeter, a little calmer. Don't let people take your calm. Don't let them infect your energy. Don't let somebody going through some bad stuff turn your day into the bad day. Now, we go into the batching of the effort. And why am I saying that? Because stop giving more than you're getting. I'm not saying to not give it all. And I'm not saying it's ever going to be 50-50. There's always someone who's given a little bit more than the other. And that has turned into another problem. If people start to really match the effort and only give back what they give, again, we're losing our authenticity. Okay? Some people are going to give more, it's their nature. Some people are going to take more, that's their nature. Some people are just going to say, I don't care. And others are going to care. Well, that's okay. They don't have to care. And you just have to manage how you care. So I remember saying to my mother years ago before she died, she was upset about something. She was upset about somebody not saying thank you. She put a lot of effort into something. The woman had hands of gold when she would sew, and she made amazing cakes, and she was a good cook. And she always took care of everybody's baby showers and everything like that. She was all about it. And there was one specific time I remember, probably about a year or two before she passed, that she wasn't happy with someone not appreciating what she had done. And I remember I told her to dial it back. I said, Ma, if it's not what you're not getting what you need out of it, then stop doing it. At least stop doing it for the people that aren't appreciating you. But on the other hand, that person did thank her. And that thank you to her, she just didn't really feel that she was appreciated. Well, maybe that just means stop going over the top, giving more than you need to, and creating a boundary for yourself. And that's a lot of what we're going to be talking about in different podcasts. We're going to be talking about different things, communication breakdown, but it really goes back to authenticity. And so that we feel secure in self, the amount that we're giving, balancing out with what we're receiving, and we're making sure that we don't turn ourselves into a doormat. Because too many times today, people are playing the blame game, okay? And it's really got to go because you own what you do. You own your emotions, you own who you are, and you own what you do for others. So if it's too much, dial it back. If you're not getting what you want to receive from someone, then dial it back. If they're giving all they can give, then maybe just dial it back and get a little bit more on the same level, right? Maybe you're putting the cart before the horse. Maybe they're putting the cart before the horse. Maybe they're just backing away because they're scared, or maybe they don't have their crap together, right? The bottom line is what's happening is every time someone feels like insecure, intimidated, they're dealing with fear, this ridiculous fear that's on the inside. You don't need to be afraid of these people. Just face it. Face it, deal with it, face your own fears. I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to look fear in the face and see how you can overcome it. And when you do that and you create your goals, don't make your goals wishy washy, by the way. Make them good. All right. This is what I'm saying. Make them good, make them worthwhile. Start to attain them one by one. Don't make your goals about people. Make your goals about what you want from the inside. What do I want to deliver to the world? In my case, it's this. I'm hoping that some people I can help through the tough times, through the stuff that they can't understand, through the processing of emotions and processing of what they've dealt with people, and going inside themselves and feeling whole, feeling like I'm loved, I'm proud of who I am, and I believe in myself. And once you really believe that, you are able to tell other people so easily that you love them, you believe in them, and you just feel good. And it really comes from the heart. When you talk from your heart, you are being your authentic self because you are being vulnerable. And that can be a really scary place to go. But you know what? I'd rather be that person who can tell you that I love you, who does not receive those same words back. But know that I spoke from my heart and I had nothing to hide. It doesn't mean that I'm going to do more about it. It just means I'm going to say who I am, say my piece, and how I feel. At the same time, if I feel like you're not treating me right, or you don't value me or my time, I am going to call you out on it. Because what do I have to lose? There's no fear there to do that. All it's going to do is get it off your chest, show you that you're one brave person and that you know what you are standing for, how you're going to handle things, what you will and will not take. And that is when your true, authentic self appears. And you look in the mirror and you're so proud of that person. You're so relaxed with who you are. And you just say, people are going to love me for me, just like I love them for them. And that love that I'm talking about here, this is an unconditional love. It's no different than the type of love that I get when my cat sits on me, right? Just makes me calm and happy. And the calmer I am, the happier that I am, the better version of myself that I am. And it's about not letting those lemons turn you sour. So that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this. And until I talk to you next time, I love you. Be safe. Be real.